74 waiting.
78. I'm not sure why it's not starting on YouTube though. Can you guys hear me?
There it goes.
What? No, there we go. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're good. Perfect. What's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? Thanks for taking the time for joining me on this live stream with Jason the Wolf. We're going to talk about some really cool stuff on this live stream, guys. We're going to be going over a question that I've been getting a lot of people have been hitting me up asking me these questions about oil. What the hell is going on with oil? How could oil be trading negative? Should I buy the USO? There's a lot of questions. Jason, your audio's echoing. So guys, there's a lot of people have been asking me these questions about the USO and oil. So we're gonna spend some time today. And I'm gonna answer those questions for you guys. I'm gonna recap my trades today. I caught a huge short on Shopify today. A big trade for me today. I'll cover that with you guys. I also made some money in VXRT and in Watt. If you guys saw, I posted my trade recaps earlier in the day. So if you guys saw those videos already, I'll recap those trades towards the end of the live stream. But the focus that I'm going to have on this live stream is going to be more focused on oil, USO, and then we're going to talk about those trade recaps. I'm going to start off this live stream just like I do every single live stream, guys. And that is going to be open up the floor for a blanket Q&A session for the first 20, 30 minutes or so of the live stream. Give some people some time to log on. And there's a lot of people that want to join us today and kind of go over this this oil situation with USO. So I'm going to give some time for people to log on. Guys, fire away. Take advantage of this time. Ask either myself or Jason any questions that you guys have about anything in general, about trading or anything, and then we'll get into the USO and the oil situation. I'm going to explain to you guys fundamentally what actually happened today and yesterday in the oil markets. It's very, very important you understand the fundamental aspect of what actually took place. And it is even more so important that you understand how you can take advantage of that action, because the general retail investor is doing it wrong. And I want to make sure that the YouTube community that follows my channel, I want to make sure that you guys do not lose money and get sucked into the retail investor death trap that is the USO. And I will explain to you why that is. So guys, go ahead, open it up, fire away, ask me questions while we give some people time to log on. Yes, I would definitely hold Boeing through earnings. I added to Boeing at 106. I own Boeing at much higher prices. I've been adding to Boeing over the last several years. So I own Boeing at much higher prices. I added to it at 106. I will hold it through earnings. If it drops back towards 100, I will buy more. George, I will get into that in a little bit later. George is saying if USO is not a good choice for long-term investing in oil, what is? George, I will answer those questions for you in a little while. Mark asked. Mark was in our. Oh, Mark, what's up, Mark? Mark was in our free chat today, guys. Today was TGG Tuesday. The chat room is open for free on Tuesdays. If you guys want to join the next one, just go to truetradinggroup.com. In the upper right-hand corner, you'll click on TGG Tuesday, fill out the form. You'll get an access link that'll give you entry into our chat room for free. Yes, Mark, what you experience in chat, that's what we do every single day with the screen share, the microphone, answering questions, the trade alerts, all of that. It's just not free for everybody every day. It's members only. But on Tuesdays, I open the chat room for free for people that want to come in, check us out, see what TTG is all about, and get a little inside scoop of what our community is like before you guys join. Is there a way around the Pdt rule? Alex, yes, there's two different ways you guys can get around the Pdt rule. You did not hear it from me. Wink, wink. First and foremost, Pdt rule is going to be on margin accounts. If you guys just want to trade on a cash account, you won't be held to Pdt rule, but you only will be able to trade with the settled cash in your account. And I believe it takes 2 or 3 days for that cash to settle whenever you place a trade. You won't have margin on it, but you will be able to trade as much as you want as long as there's enough cash in your account for you to trade with. Okay, you just won't be able to get margin on it. So that's way number one. You can get around the Pdt rule. Second way to get around the Pdt rule is, let's say you have 10 grand in a trading account. You're below the $25,000 Pdt rule requirement. Instead of trading with one account with 10 grand, let's say you have 10 grand in a TD Ameritrade account. Well, take 5 of that grand and put it into E-Trade. Now you have 5 grand in TD, 5 grand in E-Trade, get margin on both. Now you have 2 accounts with 3 trades. So now instead of 3 trades, you've got 6. So those are 2 different ways you guys can get around the Pdt rule. Gunnery wants to know how Netflix jumped $50 after the close. They announced earnings, Gunnery. Netflix announced earnings right after the bell. Donald wants to know if I'm into crypto trading. I'm not, Donald. I actually don't trade crypto. I am a long-term crypto bear. I do not believe in the cryptocurrencies that are available today. I do believe that the future will entail a cryptocurrency. I just do not think it will be some third-party random coin that is not regulated. I think it'll be a government regulated and a world power regulated currency, not a random currency. I got a lot of people that disagree with me. That's the beauty of a market. You need 2 people on both sides of a trade to think that way. I love blockchain technology. I think blockchain technology is the future. I just don't believe in any of the cryptocurrencies that are available today. I do think cryptocurrency will have a role in the future. I just don't think it's any of the cryptocurrencies that are currently trading. So I'm a bear. When people ask me like, hey, do I like Bitcoin? For a long-term investment, I'm actually bearish on Bitcoin. Yes, but I'm sorry, Donald. I'm sorry. Alex trades crypto, and Jason trades, not the Wolf. Jason Simmons trades crypto. We do have TTG moderators that trade crypto. I personally just don't trade crypto. We do have crypto traders though that are part of TTG. Alex is one of them, who's one of our pro traders. That's in actually he's on the live stream right now. Diamond, great question. Diamond says, I'm brand new and a novice. I've only got a couple grand. What should I do with it and how? Diamond, first thing I think you should do, seriously, is join TTG. Take advantage of the 30% discount we have running right now. Get a professional education before you do a single thing. Don't even worry about opening up a brokerage account. Don't worry about putting your money in a brokerage account. Learn first, okay? Paper trade, learn before you start trading with real money. Then you open up a brokerage account. I would suggest E-Trade. I think E-Trade is the best for novice traders. They've got good customer service. Their platform is easy to use. It's user friendly. And then you can go ahead and start trading. But after you receive an education, that's what I think the very first thing you should do. If you are a novice or a beginner, the very first thing that you should do before you do anything, I know everyone gets excited. Everybody wants to start trading right away. They want to make a lot of money real fast. The best thing for you to do is to get an education first. If I asked you guys, let's say you did not know how to play poker, and you said to me, hey, Mike, I want to learn how to play poker. Okay. Would you, A, take $10,000, join the World Series of Poker tournament in Vegas once a year, and play a live tournament with 10 grand against the best poker players in the world while you trial and error figure out how to learn how to play poker? Would you do option A? Or would you do option B, which is go online, go on any one of those virtual poker websites and play poker with fake money while you research online and maybe get a book about how to play poker? Which of those 2 options would you do if you wanted to learn how to play poker? Every single one of you would go the virtual route. None of you are going to take 10 grand and go sit down and play poker with the best poker players in the world. So why is it any different for trading? I don't understand why people have no idea what they're doing. They take their hard-earned money, they put into a brokerage account, and then they just start trading with it. You have no idea what you're doing, and you are trading against the best traders in the world. There's no difference when you pull that trigger, there's somebody else on the other end of that trade. You might be buying stock from me. You might be buying stock from the wolf. You might be buying stock from a trader at Goldman Sachs that are 10 times better than you are. So if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to lose all of that money. Learn first, get an education first, begin trading second. That is my advice to every single novice and beginner that's watching this live stream is get an education first. And I would suggest True Trading Group because it's a professional education. It's the same education I received when I got hired at a hedge fund right out of college. Okay. That stuff that I learned at the hedge fund, those are the courses that are on the TTG website. So I would suggest getting that education first and then begin trading. Let's see what else. Yes, Fidelity is good for long-term investors. Oh, Joe Mack, what's up, brother? Joe Mack is in the house. What's up, Joe? Peter Marks. I do. So Peter Marks says, "Do I like selling covered calls on uptrending stocks with large volumes?" Peter Parks, it's not something that I do, but I don't mind the strategy. I think it's a good strategy if you want to sell those covered calls, take in some of that premium when you're holding the position, when you're holding that stock long. I don't mind you taking in the premium while you're holding that position. So I think that's fine, Peter. Brandon Flippin says, "When's the advanced option course available?" Very soon, Brandon. I'm working on it with Chris Toner, who is one of our pro moderators in the TGD chat room. We're working on the advanced options course. It is a ton of material. It is a ton of material. Guys, I put a lot of time and energy into the courses. The first batch of courses that I came out with when we launched TTG took me like 6 months to create. That's how much content and information is in there, video content and text content. But um, it will be out soon, Brandon. It's just not something that we are working on. It's just between trading the markets and then I do a lot of one-on-one mentor sessions with students and members, and then I do these live streams with you guys. So I'm, I'm going as quickly as I can. Trust me, I want to get that information out to you guys soon. Ruben said, "I'm late to the live. Did you go over USO yet?" No, not yet. Right now, Ruben, guys, if you're just joining us, I'm just taking a blanket open Q&A floor for the first like 20, 30 minutes. I'm just going to take questions from everybody, give people some time to log on, and then I'm going to talk about USO and oil. Yes, Mark, I will. Mark says, "Can you show us what the lessons look like?" Mark, what I will do towards the end of the live stream, Mark, I will show you guys what the courses look like on the TGG website. Oh, Brandon, what's up, bro? Guys, Brandon is a member. He just signed up last week. He's already made $4,000. Brandon Flippin, what's up, man? Always be flipping username in chat. I'll see you tomorrow, bro. Just signed up last week. He's already up $4,000. Congrats, Brandon. I'll see you tomorrow, man. Raphael wants to know, how many hours in total do you estimate it will take to go over the TGG courses? Everybody goes at their own pace, Raphael. It depends how much time you're going to put into it a day, but I'd say if you really focused on it, you can probably finish up everything in 2 weeks. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Peter. I really appreciate that. Peter says, "I kept saying how much work went into these lessons online. They're so thorough." Thank you, Peter. I really appreciate that. Nice. Shuvani's getting ready to sign up already. I love it. Etch, what's up? Etch, another member. What's going on? Nice, Mr. Jersey Devil. First time. Curious as to my pace. I like it, Mr. Jersey Devil. Thanks for joining me today. Nice, Bo. That's great. Bo made a quick, easy $100 today after he watched my YouTube video yesterday. Great job. Great job. FK, I don't know. I do not know how much money Brandon started with. If he wants to answer that, I'll leave that up to him. I'm not sure how much he started with. Trends pace. It's Wall Street Bets. It's Wall Street Bets. They're upset with me. I was going to sponsor a trading tournament that they were hosting. But for some reason they thought I was like trying to take over their Reddit, so they got very upset. That's what you're talking about. But I was just trying to give them money for their tournament. I thought it was a great idea. I would love to be a part of a live trading tournament. I thought that's awesome. You have all these live video game tournaments like um, what was it, Fortnite? Like a 16-year-old kid won $3 million first prize for a Fortnite tournament. I thought a trading tournament was a genius idea. No, it's okay. You don't have to revenge them. It's guys, it's water under the bridge. I'm really not worried about it. Nice. Brandon says he got to the stream late. Are you short USO? Still holding Friday and mid-May $2 puts. Brandon, I love that you're short USO, brother. So I have not spoken about USO yet. So you guys are not you didn't miss the oil talk yet. Um, but I'm gonna talk to you guys about what happened with oil. If you are short USO, I like the play. I think you probably should have covered some of that short maybe today. I think today was a great opportunity to cover some of that, but I do think you still do have some downside in the USO. I'll go over that later. But I think today was a nice opportunity to take some profits off if you were short USO because of the news that USO announced today, where they're changing their investment strategy, which changes the vehicle USO itself. And it's important that I go over and explain to you guys what USO is, because a lot of people don't even know what it is and what they do. How the price of that moves and how it's not even related to the price of oil as per se, the spot price of oil. I'm going to talk to you guys about that, and then also what news USO announced today that changes their investment strategy, that completely changes the financial vehicle that is the ETF. That's the USO. So I'm going to talk to you guys about that a little bit later in this live stream. I'm just giving some time for people to log on. Think Potatoes says, why is Oxy holding up so well? Well, guys, I actually like that the oil companies are holding up. The price of oil crashing is a paper situation. It's a financial issue. It's a fundamental issue. It's not something that is a problem with the companies themselves, although they do have issues with oil prices this low. But I'll talk about all of this. I'm going to talk about all of this about why the oil companies are not selling off like the price of oil is selling off, because it's the future contracts for oil. I'm going to explain this to you guys and what that means. I actually added three positions in my long-term portfolio yesterday. I bought three oil companies yesterday. It's the first time I've bought oil companies since this crash happened, but yesterday was my first buy. And I bought three companies: one low risk, one medium risk, one high risk. Low risk is Chevron. I bought CVX. Medium risk is OKE, and then high risk is OXY. Those are the three stocks that I bought yesterday in my long-term portfolio. I bought them in the morning. They all gapped down in the morning, and I scooped them right up on the gap down yesterday morning. So I've got those three stocks I added to my long-term portfolios yesterday. Yeah, Brandon, I agree with you. Brandon, I agree with you. I think the July, August is where you can really start to capitalize on a recovery in oil. I think what we saw in the May contracts, Brandon, I can already tell you're more of an experienced trader. So there's a lot of people that don't really know about USO, but I can tell, Brandon, that you know what you're talking about when it comes to oil contracts. Um, but I think that the June contracts, I think we're going to have the same issue we had in May. I don't think there's going to be buyers for those June contracts. People are not going to want to take delivery of the oil because the storage is going to be full once we run into mid-May. It depends on how quickly we open up the economy. If the economy starts to get opened back up in the next 2 weeks, those June contracts should be okay. But if we roll into May and we're still completely shut down, I know Georgia's trying to open back up, but if we don't have a start to roll out by like the first, second week of May of the economy opening back up, those June contracts are going to struggle, and you're going to have the potential of those contracts blowing up, just like the May contracts blew up. And then I think you'll be fine as long as the July contracts stabilize. So, Brandon, I agree with you. We're on the same page there, bro. Nice. Leo, what's up, Leo? Leo says TGG is definitely worth it. I joined 3 weeks ago. The course is fire. It's all about learning consistently and becoming my own trader. Make use of the 30% discount. I did. Leo, I love it. I love it. Yeah, we talk about cannabis stocks, Doug. I actually, the Wolf of Weed Street's on this live stream as well. Maybe in a little while I can have, or Jason, if you want, maybe just to give a quick little rundown on the cannabis market. Someone's asking about cannabis stocks. If you want to just give a quick little update on where the market sits right now.
Sure, real easy. Yesterday I said to short everything. All those shorts paid. Why? Because 420 pump news, it's just kind of the nature of the beast. So every 420 go short. It works. People crush it on Canopy, Tilray. But anyway, look, here's where the market is. That all these risks in Canada, don't believe the hype of, hey, we're selling tons of weed because of coronavirus. They're still hurting. All this means is that dispensary rollouts are just going to take even more time, which is the only real catalyst in Canada, right? On top of that, you've got, just kind of risk and liquidity. That just happens every year between March and the summer in pot stocks, okay? So really, everything is just a trade right now. I expect the U.S. market to do very well come early fall, late summer. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to rush out to buy anything now. Again, they're all trades. Like, two of my favorite companies are Trulieve and Curaleaf, and they've got huge unlocks coming in the summer. Trulieve actually has an 11.5 million share unlock May 15th, so basically 3 weeks. And then they've got a 55 million July 26th share unlock. This is going to triple their float, okay? And right now they don't have the liquidity to support that type of share unlock that's going to be taking place. And Curaleaf also has a big unlock. But with the elections coming, we're going to see new states, pass some legislation most likely. We also have state banking. Congress obviously has got their hands full with everything going on, coronavirus related. But the market is really going to be, here in the United States. I really wouldn't own anything in Canada right now. Maybe Clonos, just because they've got enough cash to just pillage. And that's the quick 30,000 foot view.
Nice. Thank you, Jason, as always. Let's see. What else we got here? Let's see you guys. I'll take maybe one or two more questions, and then we'll start talking about USO and oil. Let me see. Let me scroll back up, see if I can find a couple questions. Oh, nice. Sean, nice job. Sean's been a member since April 7th, and the courses, he says, so Sean says, I'm a member since April 7th, and the courses will teach you everything that you need to know on how to trade. Thank you, Michael, for sharing the knowledge. P.S. I'm up 2,100 since I started. Hell yeah, Sean. Great job. Yes, Omar, OXY. I actually own OXY. Ambitious hustler, I see you, bro. Ambitious hustler, I see you, bro. My top 5 picks for short-term gains. Oof. What do you consider short-term? My top 5 picks for short-term gains.
Well, I don't think you could answer that. One, we don't do picks.
Yeah.
That's pretty gimmicky. And if you're looking for short-term gains, you shouldn't be in the market. You know, this isn't the time to look to be short-sighted.
Yeah.
This is the time to look at things that are going to be around in 5 years, 10 years, 2 years that are depressed in value and will likely double or triple or whatever.
Yeah. I would say, yeah. I mean, I'm looking for, so like nothing original. That's the person that asked that question. Nothing original. I'm looking really for opportunities in long term for my long term portfolios. I've been buying in my long term portfolios during the market crash in March. I still have about 25% of the cash that I set aside to deploy. That's still in cash that I want to get that cash, put that cash to work here pretty soon. I think the SPY could pull back in a little bit. If you ask me like short term picks, I think that we've got a good chance of the SPY pulling into 260, 265. If you want to position yourself in some SPY puts, I think that there could be some opportunity there in the coming weeks. But individual stocks, some of the individual stocks that I like the best, I absolutely love AMD. AMD is one of my favorite long-term holdings that I own that just double topped today on the daily chart at its all-time high. So that stock may give you a pullback back into the 40s. I would say that's a buy down there. TNDM is a company that I also really like. It's a diabetes company. I like TNDM a lot. And Boeing, guys, I love Boeing in front of 100. If Boeing drops back to 100, I'm going to be buying more. These are just a couple of names that I really like. So when you talk about some short-term picks, I think the market has a chance to pull back down towards this region right here. I don't necessarily think we break this previous low in March. I think the Fed stepped in with too much liquidity to prevent that from happening, because with the Fed basically stepped in. Everybody that wanted to sell, they had a chance to sell. They could have sold right to the Fed. Not necessarily the equities, but in credit markets and treasuries. And there's a lot of things that the Fed did to create liquidity that I think is going to hold that low. So I think you could get a little bit more of a pullback in the SPY, and I think you'll be able to find some opportunity there. Let's see. Nice, Joel or Joel. I'm not sure if it's Joel or Joel Marshall. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. But got long AMD a few weeks back. Joel, me too. I added to AMD right here. I added to AMD in my long-term portfolio right there in like mid-March. I almost got the bottom when it tested that 200-day moving average. So yeah, I added to AMD right there as well. So it looks like we're both pretty much spot on with those entries. What are my thoughts on the Netflix report? Oh, nice, Joel. Hell yeah. Joel got long because of my recommendation. Yeah, I talked about AMD a while ago. When the crash first started happening, I was telling you guys how much I love AMD. Nice, Joel. I love it, man. I love it.
I could answer the Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead, Jason.
That was my trade today. So the user numbers and new subscribers was great. The risk, I guess, which people should have anticipated, was that all of their original content that's going into production is obviously paused for the most part with what's going on. Minus stuff that's in post-production, stuff like that. But, if you remember the last earnings, people gave them a lot of heat because they put so much money into creating this original content. This original content is what saved them now, and why now everybody's like, needs Netflix and is going through the whole thing. So while yes, some of that original content not coming out on target it's a short-term issue. I think the long-term view on Netflix is that this is going to be something that everybody just feels like they need, especially after going through coronavirus and being stuck at home with not much to watch on cable TV and having choices. And today, which is why playing earnings, we went with a put call spread, and we'll get into that later.
Nice. Very nice, Jason. Thank you. Let's see. Andrew was TNDM. Thomas, Nancy, David, Michael. TNDM. Kareem, I think gold makes new all-time highs this year. I am bullish on gold this year. Noble Eagle, I honestly don't know. That's not something that I ask our members what their net rate of return is on their account right now. I don't have that information. But you're up 285%, Noble. That's awesome, man. Congratulations. That's excellent. To be up a total net rate of return on is 285%. It's fantastic. Congrats, man. Nice. Andrew paid for his membership in 2 to 3 days. I love it. All right, guys. mRNA. I don't know. I think mRNA is very expensive. There is, at this point, if you're buying mRNA at this point, I think you're betting that they're the ones that are going to get the vaccine. If they don't, stock's going to crater. That's the problem with all the COVID vaccine stocks. One or two of them are going to be huge winners. The others are going to be big time losers. And if they fail, those stocks are going to crater like you've never seen.
Yeah, I have actually a whole list of coronavirus stocks that I'm just dying to short when Gilead or somebody else comes out with the vaccine.
Yeah, it's something that I think is it's tough. It's risky at this point. It's very risky to be going long any of those stocks now because there's so much hype and premium baked into the valuations in anticipation of the vaccine. Your time to buy those vaccine stocks was was a couple weeks ago. Now you're paying top dollar for them, and for you to really make some good money from them, they're gonna have to be the ones that come out with the vaccine. So unless you're trying to actively trade it, then that's different. There's a lot of volatility in those names. If you want to trade momentum either way, that's fine. But if you're looking to buy and hold, it's risky up here. Just understand that you're either going to hit big or you're going to lose big. Nice. XRP Gal. So they're thinking about starting the course. What can I tell you about the course? I think this will be maybe our last question, guys, and then I'll get into the USO oil situation. So XRP Gal wants to know, what can you tell me about the courses on the website? What I will tell you guys about the courses on the website, I'll be brief, and then we're going to talk about USO and oil. What I will tell you guys about the courses on the website is that it is the same material, just a simplified version of what I was taught when I worked at the hedge fund. My first job out of college, I worked for a hedge fund in New York City. For the first 3 months of my employment, I sat in a classroom style setting as different traders from the fund came in each week to teach us different topics. That information is what taught me how to trade. I did not know how to actively trade before I got hired at the hedge fund. I just came right out of college. I had my finance degree, I had an economics background. I did very, very well on my interview, and I ended up getting the job, but I didn't know how to trade. They physically taught me. So that educational program that I went through for 3 months, I've simplified it and I've created the courses. There's beginner and foundation courses, which literally start you from day one. You have no idea what you're doing. You have to open up a trading account. You've never made a trade a day in your life. That's the beginner and foundation courses. And it walks you through from that start all the way to finish with advanced courses, which go into my risk management strategy, the tier trading strategy, which is something I learned at the hedge fund that I implement in my personal trading. The indicators that I use, the setups that I go after, how different indicators work in conjunction with another. Because a mistake a lot of traders make is that they just focus on one or two indicators and a signal that one indicator is telling them, when you really need to understand, in order to identify a grade A setup, which is a setup that has a high probability of working out in one direction or the other, you have to be able to understand how 3, 4, 5 different indicators work together to provide you with a high probability setup. That is what that's this type of stuff that you'll learn in the advanced course section. Then we have an options section that teaches you guys how to trade options. And then we have what is undoubtedly the TGD members, their favorite courses are the are the trader psychology courses. I have a trader psychology course, part 1 and part 2, that is specifically designed to help you think more robotically and to think like a computer and to help you remove the emotions from trading. Trading is 80% mental, maybe more. Every single one of us sees the same chart. If you pulled up USO or you pulled up the SPY and I pulled up SPY and USO, we all see the exact same thing. So why is it that one trader can see a chart, make money, another trader can see a chart and lose money? It's mental. Once you get past a thorough understanding of technical analysis, it becomes mental. Once you understand a bull flag, you can't understand a bull flag more. It's about the mental hurdles that you deal with as a trader to control your emotions, follow your rules, stay disciplined, manage your risk, and be robotic with your trading. And the trader psychology course is really designed to help you do that. Okay. It's our members say that it's their favorite course and it is a real game changer. So that's some of the information. That's a quick little overview of what I can tell you guys about the courses. Also, I'm constantly coming out with new courses. Like I just came out a few weeks ago, or in the month of March, I came out with a course on how to thrive during a stock market crash. TVIX, put options, all of that type of stuff. I came out with that a little while ago. And when you are a member, you get access to all of the courses immediately for free, included in your membership, as well as all future courses. So whenever I come out with a new course, XRP Gal, you immediately get access to it. There's no upcharge on the courses. Okay. There's no upcharge on the courses. It's like once you're a member, you get access to everything. And I constantly come out with new courses as the year goes on. Same, Mark. It just renews at the same price. Yo, Kyle, what's up? Kyle, what's up? Kyle, guys, Kyle is a member. He just signed up 2 weeks ago. He's on fire. Kyle, this is his second week and second day. Last week he doubled his portfolio, and today he made 7 trades with us in chat. All 7 were damn near home runs. He said Kyle has been on fire. Kyle, I see you on Twitter too, bro. Kyle, I see you on Twitter too. Kyle's been on fire. Kyle, what's up, man? Thanks for tuning in. Nice, Steph. Steph says they were hesitant before, but I can tell you it's worth it. Take the plunge. I love it. I love it. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. I really do. Awesome. Awesome. Beautiful. Nice, guys. Awesome. Okay, great. Okay. Kyle, if you want to share with them your Twitter, guys. Kyle, somebody's asking what your Twitter handle is. If I'll leave it up to you, Kyle. If you want to share your Twitter handle, go ahead. I'll leave it up to you. I don't want to post your Twitter on there if you don't want me to. All right, there. Okay, Kyle, cool. All right, guys. Kyle just posted his Twitter handle. It's at KN_trades. So at KN_trades. I would recommend it, Chris. So Chris says, do I have to take the course before I can trade? I recommend it, Chris, because you want to give yourself the most advantage as you possibly can. Don't forget, when you pull that trigger, you entered the Shark Tank. Okay, you are now in the market with the best traders in the world. So you want to make sure that you're prepared and that you have every single tool at your disposal. And if you don't understand something properly, then you're automatically at a disadvantage. It's like going into a fight with Mike Tyson, which is already a disadvantage, but then you have one hand tied behind your back. And then I blindfold you. It's like, that's why I recommend you take the courses first, just to give yourself the best advantage, because an educated trader is a trader that has an advantage, because there's a lot of traders that are out there that are just pressing buttons that have no idea what they're doing. But if you know what you're doing, you're going to take their money instead of giving them yours. Okay, guys. Could fight Tiger Woods after taking the course. That's awesome. All right. Jason, what do you think, Jay? Do you want to take any more questions, or you want to get into USO and oil?
Yeah, we could get right into USO.
Yeah. All right. You want me to you want me to start off? I'll take it.
Yeah, go for it. Explain what USO is. Explain to people how I'm guessing they're wondering how it went negative. So, talk to them about storage, and we'll go over some trades, Oxy, USO, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
We bought calls on Oxy today.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Let's get into it, guys. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about the USO and what happened with oil. So listen up, because this is not that it's a complex topic, but it's a topic that not many people understand properly. And if you've ever heard the saying, know what you own, it's like a super old school saying on Wall Street that is know what you own. When you're a portfolio manager and you hold, 40 different positions, know what you own. And with USO, it's something that you guys really need to understand. Everybody's asking me, Mike, how can oil be negative? How could a physical commodity actually go negative? What happened with oil yesterday was the May futures contracts for crude oil just completely imploded. The reason why those contracts imploded is because if you are buying those contracts and you hold them through its expiration, you are saying that you're prepared to take physical delivery of oil. Now, what's going on in the markets right now is that oil production did not slow as demand for oil slowed. The entire world economy has come to a complete standstill. Planes are not flying, cruise ships are not sailing, people are not driving their cars, construction sites are not operating. Nobody needs oil. But the oil producers continued to pull oil out of the ground. That led to a complete backlog and oversupply of oil in the markets. So you have all of this physical crude oil and nobody to buy it. So what happens is the people that have this crude oil start to store it in storage facilities. The storage for oil is 100% spoken for in the United States. That's a problem, because now you don't have any more people that necessarily want to take that delivery of oil on those May contracts. I'm explaining this to you guys in a way because I want you to understand the process. Okay? So there were no buyers of those May contracts. It got to a point where you would basically have to pay someone to take the oil off your hands, because it cost you more money to store the oil than you can actually sell it for. So people would basically say, it's like if you came to me, normally a normal transaction would be, hey, I have a barrel of oil. Would you like some? You're like, yeah, sure. I'm like, here's the oil. You owe me $50. Great. Thanks. We completed our transaction. That's a normal oil transaction. What's going on now is, hey, I have this barrel of oil, and the buyer's like, I don't want it. I have nowhere to put it. And you're like, well, no, but I want to sell it to you. And the buyer's like, Well, I don't want it. No one wants to buy it from me. I have nowhere to put it. And then you get desperate and say, listen, I'll give you $20. Just take the damn oil off my hands. That's what happened yesterday. When the oil contracts went negative yesterday, that's essentially what that meant. Was that it cost people more money to store oil than it did to actually sell it. And those contracts completely blew up. There were no buyers for those May contracts. That's why it went to negative $40 a barrel at one point. That's a paper loss on a vehicle, a financial vehicle that is the oil futures market. Now, while that happened, while the May contracts went to negative 40, negative $30 a barrel, the June, July, August, October, December, those were all trading much, much higher. Okay. Those were at 18, 26, $33 a barrel the further out that you go. This brings me to the USO and something called Contango. A lot of people have asked me, should I buy the USO? And a lot of people have already told me, hey, Mike, I bought USO yesterday. I bought USO. And I'm like, no. They're like, oil has gotten crushed. I think the price of oil is going to recover. I'm buying the USO. If you want to take advantage of oil rebounding, the USO is not the right vehicle. The USO does not track the spot price of crude oil. And this is where what I mean by know what you own. The USO is a retail investor death trap. It is a retail investor death trap. It is where you will go to lose money over an extended period of time. And let me explain to you why. What the USO is an ETF that buys front month futures contracts for oil. Front month meaning the very next month. And every time when those contracts come up to expiration, they roll those contracts forward to the next month. That is what the USO does. It's in their investment strategy. It's in the business plan. It's in the investment prospectus. It's in all of it. All you got to do is look up the USO's investment prospectus, and it will tell you that is their investment strategy. That is what they do. This causes a problem for retail investors because the USO is really meant for a hedge for larger institutions. Retail investors that just hold on to the USO are going to lose money over time because of Contango. What is Contango? Contango is when the futures contract of an asset is trading higher than the actual spot price of the asset itself. So let's say oil was selling for $10 a barrel, but the front month futures contract is $18 a barrel. That's Contango. The futures contract is worth more than the physical asset. Now, if you're the USO and you have to constantly roll forward those contracts, every time you roll forward, the price of the asset is higher. So if you look at the June, do it right now or do it tomorrow. Look at the June WTI crude contracts. Look at the July. Look at October. Look at December. They're going to be more expensive the further out that you go. So if, as the USO, if every time they roll those contracts forward, meaning the USO buys those contracts, they're paying a premium for those contracts. Oil itself is trading lower than what the USO is paying for the futures contract. That's Contango. Fancy word, but I just explained to you what it means. That is why the USO is not the right vehicle if you think the price of oil is going to rebound. Because the Contango that we are experiencing in the oil markets right now is unlike anything that I've ever seen before. Okay, you have oil trading at zero, and then you have, or negative, but then you have a futures contract at $18. The spread between these contracts is massive. You're talking about, yesterday, the May contracts were negative $30 a barrel, and the very next front month of June was 18. So you're talking negative 40, negative 30, but June's were $14, $16 a barrel. That contango spread is why the USO is crashing. That's why the USO is not a good asset for you guys to buy and hold long term, because they constantly roll those contracts forward. Now, important to note, the USO came out with an announcement today that helps them. They changed their investment prospectus. Now, what the USO was yesterday is no longer. The USO has changed. The USO was usually just buying those front month contracts. Now, the USO can buy and sell any month contract that they want. They've changed the investment strategy. This will help them because if they were holding, prior to this move, the USO was holding 30% of all the June contracts for crude oil. If those June contracts blew up, just like the May contracts blew up, USO would have gone to zero. So by the USO changing their investment strategy and saying, you know what, we can hedge now, we can also buy July and August contracts. We don't just have to buy the next months. That will reduce some of their risk because they don't hold as large of a position on the front month contract, which has the chance to blow up just like the May contracts blew up. It helps them. I'm not saying USO can't go lower. It definitely could. But this investment move by them to change things does help them, but it doesn't just completely make all the problems go away. This may have been a little bit of an advanced lesson that if you're a new novice trader, you may not have fully understood what I said. I tried to break it down as simple, okay, and in a way that you guys can understand. Does anybody have any questions about what I just said in explaining the USO, explaining Contango, and explaining the futures contracts for oil? Does that stuff make sense, or do you guys have any questions that you want me to clarify before I move forward? Okay, yeah, I'll do Contango one more time. I'll go over Contango one more time, guys. A lot of you just asked me to go over Contango again. So Contango is, so when you have commodities, right? You have gold, you've got oil, you've got natural gas, you've got corn, you've got a lot of different types of commodities. Specifically, we're talking about crude, but Contango is with any commodity. When you have a futures contract that is trading higher than the spot price of the commodity itself. So let's say oil is right now, let's say oil was trading at $1 a barrel. Okay. It's not, but let's say oil was, all right, let's say $10. Let's say oil's trading at $10 a barrel right now. Let's say that's the spot price of oil. If someone wanted to sell a barrel of oil right now, they'd get $10 for it. Let's say that was the case. But if you went to buy the front month futures contract for oil, and you had to pay $16 for that contract. Well, you're paying $16 for a contract of oil for June. But right now, on April 21st, oil's not at $16. That spread is Contango. And when you have ETFs like the USO, that roll their contracts forward, meaning when they own the June contracts, they exit the June contracts and buy the July contracts. They exit the July contracts, they buy the August contracts. They exit the August contracts, they buy, and they just keep rolling forward. They are buying across that contango, or they're buying across that spread. And then that deterioration of money and value is called contango. Okay. Does that clarify things a little bit better? I want to make sure you guys understand this because it's an important aspect to learn. Yes, Dennis, exactly. Exactly, Dennis. And then backwardation is the opposite of contango. When the futures contract is trading less than the current. So backwardation would be if you can sell oil today for $26 a barrel, but the June contracts were trading at $18 a barrel. That would be backwardation, which is the opposite of contango. Yes, I'll explain. So, can you explain the difference between a spot and future contract? A spot price is what is the price of the commodity right now. Right now in the real world, if we were buying and selling pens and I said to you, okay, I'm going to give you this pen, what is the price that you're going to pay for it? That's the spot price of this pen. Then there's futures contracts that where you might say, well, this might be worth $10 right now, but in June, I think it's going to be worth 14. And the futures contract will be trading at 14. That's a futures contract. Okay, so you're buying a contract for a future delivery of this pen. That's a difference between a futures contract and a spot price. Tito, I'll help you make 4K for a fishing boat, bro. Only if you take me fishing. I'll do it, Tito. I'll help you make 4 grand, bro. Sign up to TTG, and I'll help make you more than 4 grand, and then we'll go fishing together. I mean, well, guys, you can probably get through it in about 2 weeks, Chris. Grand. So USO. So now what USO Grand says, can USO ever short oil futures? USO, as part of their investment prospectus, has to buy the futures contracts. USO is supposed to track as closely as possible the futures price of oil. But when this contango spreads get real out of whack, it fails to do that. And because those spreads are so out of whack now, it struggles. So with their new ability to buy and sell whatever contracts they want, they now have more freedom to hedge different things and take different and take risk off on certain contracts, add to other contracts, bet against other month contracts. They have the ability to change things now with their new announcement that they made today at around 2:30. Okay, so that has changed now with what the USO can do, which is why I'm saying this is a good thing for them that they can do this, but they still do need to buy the futures contracts. So even if they're hedging their positions and spreading things out, they still have to buy those front month contracts. And if those contracts blow up like the May contracts, the USO will struggle again. It will take another hit, but it won't necessarily go to zero, which what could have happened had they not changed their investment strategy. Yes, contango happens all the time, Victor. Contango is a constant thing in a lot of these ETFs that buy futures contracts. Contango is a constant thing. I don't know, Sanjiv. Honestly, I saw that today. Somebody bought like 75,000 put options in BP ahead of their earnings. So someone's taking a big bet against BP to maybe tank after earnings. Yes. the new USO rule, it could help them not go. It can help USO not go to zero. Okay, because now if they can buy further out contracts, there's a much because eventually, guys, the economy is going to open back up, and there's going to be a demand for oil again. Okay, and it's going to be very soon. It's going to be very soon. It's going to be within the next month. You're going to start to see demand for oil start to pick back up again. So, the July, the August, those future contracts for oil will be fine. It's the May and June contracts that you have a bit of a fundamental problem with. If you guys are already long USO, I wish you asked me. I wish you would have asked me sooner. I've told everyone that asked me over the last couple days if they should buy USO. I told everybody to stay away from it. And a lot of people kept asking me these questions. That's why I actually decided to do this live stream and talk about this, because a lot of people were misinformed, and I don't like to see people losing money because they don't necessarily know what they're doing.
You could blame Robinhood for that. I think it was the most traded stock on Robinhood.
It was, and that just shows you the retail investor has been piling money into USO. It's a death trap for retail investors. It's a complete death trap because of that Contango.
Yeah. All right, let's move on from oil.
Okay, yeah, let's move on from oil. So, guys, I hope that helps. I hope this helps answer a lot of your questions. I hope this made sense to you on USO and oil. I hope you have a better understanding of what the USO actually is. XRP gal, I actually like Chevron better than Exxon. I like Chevron better than Exxon.
Yeah, Exxon has an issue with their chemical side.
Yeah, I like Chevron. Okay.
All right. Oh, and so for everybody, you heard my USO. I bought some today. I didn't buy some because I'm trying to make money on it. I bought some so I could just watch it and see how it trades. I also bought Oxy calls today for May 1st. So we bought $12 calls. We took a little profit, about 20%, just to kind of see where we're going. So that was the oil trade for today. It was fairly straightforward. Mike, did you see anything with we have a oil announcement tomorrow, and we had one at the market today? Did you catch it?
No, I didn't. I've been swamped after the close.
Yeah, Simmons. So we have a guy that he basically is just a resident nerd. So Simmons, if you're on there, everybody loves him.
Yeah, Jason Simmons, guys. He's talking about Jason Simmons, who he opens the chat room up every morning at 7:30 a.m. He goes over commodities prices. He goes over economic data. He goes over what stocks put out press releases. He goes over the watch list with all of our members starting at 7:30 a.m. Eastern time. That's who the Wolf's referring to right now, Jason Simmons.
Yeah, and honestly, because of the education that he gives every morning, and if you're up early, the service that he just gives you for stuff that maybe he's not looking at, but what you're looking at, what you're in. He'll go through the supports, everything. He goes through everything with you, and he, when it comes to trading energy, I mean, like oil is his. Like for me, it's weed. For him, it's oil. So if you for the TTG members that are in, please use him if you're in any of these oil trades. He knows them like the back of his hand.
Yeah, he's great with them. Okay.
So yeah, all right. So I'll finish with. We'll keep this brief. We'll go into U.S. Steel. So for those of you that were asking about U.S. Steel, we've been trading it. Actually, since I think that was my first trade in TTG. Was U.S. Steel, and I wanted to lead with something kind of safe. So So for the people that are on here that are TC members, just throw in the comments, if you've been trading US Steel and what you think. So one of the questions that I'm always getting from people is, hey, I want to learn how to trade options, but I'm not having much success. And a lot of times I'm hearing from them that, I'll always ask, well, what option are you trading? And they'll be like, I'm trading the SPY, I'm trading Apple. And it's always the same thing I say to them. Every one of them that's on here that I've had a one-on-one with can tell you. I'm like, do not trade Apple or the SPY if you're trying to learn options. You have to learn the function of an option, how it moves, how the decay works, as it relates to time. So that's why we start playing US Steel. US Steel, the option's cheap, and it has been moving like an absolute clock. All right? And here's the secret to US Steel, which we have been unlocking for the last couple of weeks. The US Steel is tethered to the S&P 500. So what I mean by that is if the S&P starts making, a crazy move and starts grinding up, US Steel will react, but it will take like 15, 20 minutes for it to catch on. So what we've been doing is we've been trading it both ways. So when the S&P starts grinding up, we're in calls. When it starts grinding down for at least 15 minutes, then we sell our calls by puts. We've been call heavy. So to give you an idea, we've been trading the April 24th call since last Monday. I couldn't tell you how many times people have made 50 to 100% on it since that time. But today, for example, we had puts from yesterday, sold the puts in the morning, bought the calls at 22, out of the calls at between 44 and 47, waited. Some people bought puts, but we waited for it to go below 650, and then we loaded the calls again under 25 cents for another 62% by the end of the day. And the reason we like US Steel is because it's slow, but it's like having your own time machine. Okay? If I could tell you that a stock was going to crash or drop in the next 15 minutes and you were playing options, you'd be like, oh, all right, I'm up. Got a nice little profit on these calls. Time to get out. Get out, and you're like, maybe I'll roll some of that profit into puts. And that's exactly what we've been doing. We've also done like exercises using that to explain how a put-call spread works. So the other day, I gave everybody a little homework assignment when the puts and the calls were at the exact same price, just so they get the function and see how like the option works, how to manage decay. And I feel like Mr. Miyagi because first of all, like I don't get it. Why am I waxing on and waxing off? And then you give it a week, and then they're like, oh, I see. And now a bunch of skeletons aren't chasing them through the gym. Karate Kid reference. So that's the X trade for those of you that watch. Now I'm gonna let Mike get into the Shopify trade. I'm very sour about Shopify. At shorting Shopify.
Yeah.
About $525 because it's made this move off 350, and I just keep saying to everybody, all right, is anybody watching Shopify? I'm like, I want to short it, but there's no way I'm going to short it. No way I'm going to short it. Yesterday I wanted to short it by $600 puts, and I was just like, I can't. Today, once I was like, it's gone green 11 days in a row. Like, this is a completely parabolic move. I'm going to buy 650 puts. All of a sudden, Mike, who probably didn't even hear what I said, jumps on and he's like,
I didn't.
Man, I'm looking at Shopify. He's like, it's gone parabolic.
I didn't even hear what he said. Guys, it's true. I didn't even.
But this guy, and you know, it's funny because today I had a one-on-one, and maybe he's listening, and he was talking about the different styles of the people in the room. And he's talking about how Mike's style and my style is very different. And, you know, I explained to him, I was like, well, see how like that fusion just kind of worked?
Yeah.
On that Shopify. Now I bid, so the options were really expensive. So they were 25, I think the low was 25. And then where I was looking at them, it was like 27.50 by 22. So huge spread. So I bid 25 to 27. It got down to 27. I never got filled on that first order, and it went to 85 bucks. But I didn't get in, so I'm gonna let the person that actually made money on, you know, he didn't hear, who crushed it, go over the trade.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you, Jason. Jason, thank you. Yeah, guys, today I crushed Shopify. This was my big winner today. Where I made the bulk of my money today was in Shopify. This was a big time short on a stock that had gotten completely parabolic. That gave me a very, very nice intraday trigger to the short side off of an ascending triangle pattern that I'm going to share with you guys. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to recap my trades from the day. I'm going to talk to you guys about the Shopify trade. I also traded VXRT and WATT, all winners today. Well, 3 of those were winners today. And then what I'll do at the end of that is I'll take a couple more questions and I'll show you guys the TTD website. I'll show you guys some of the courses. I had a few people that asked me about the courses. I'll show you guys that towards the end of the live stream for maybe those people that really don't want to see it, that want to get into the trade recaps. I'm going to cover all that. But before I get into my trade recaps, I want to let you guys all know that there's a week and a half left for the 30% discount. I have been running a 30% discount. If you join me on my live streams, you know about it. I've been running a 30% discount in March when the coronavirus situation happened because everyone's been affected financially. I extended that 30% discount for the month of April because everybody is still affected financially by this damn coronavirus. So I wanted to do something, and that's why I decided to offer the 30% discount while the coronavirus situation is going on, because people are laid off, people are furloughed. You know, things are tough right now for people, and I understand that. So that 30% discount has been running for the last month and a half. After April, that 30% discount will be no more. So after April, we're going to go back to our full price, our regular price. So for those of you that are watching the live stream and are interested in joining the TTG team, getting the professional education that I just talked to you guys about the courses, which are the same material that I learned while working at the hedge fund. It is the same information that I learned that helped me get a Trader of the Year award in 2008. If you guys want to join the team, come into the chat room, get all the trade alerts, get the text message trade alerts, a year of the email swing trade alerts, all of the courses, all current courses, all the future courses, the blog, the analyst reports, everything at a 30% discount. You only have about a week and a half left. If you are interested, take advantage. Use the coupon code TTGBM2020. You guys can click on the link that was just posted into the chat room to get the 30% discount. Anybody that signs up tonight before midnight, I will also do a free one-on-one mentor session with you. Jason as well will also do a free one-on-one mentor session. If you guys are signing up if you guys are here because of the Wolf, use the coupon code TTGWolf. And then you guys can set up your one-on-one with the Wolf. If you guys are here through me, True Trading Group, the YouTube channel, and you guys want to do a one-on-one with me, use the coupon code TTGBM2020 to get that 30% discount. Okay. Again, that discount is only available for the next week or so. Then we're going back to the regular price. I want to make sure you guys are all aware of this. I don't know when the next time I'm going to be doing a live stream. Maybe I'll do another one next Tuesday. I don't know, but I wanted to just let you guys know, make sure you're aware of this, and take advantage of it while it's still there. Because guys, I'm telling you, with whether you are a beginner trader that's never traded a stock a day in their lives, or you're experienced and be doing this for 15, 20 years, there's something for you in TTG. We have members that place their very first trade with us, and we have members that have been doing this for 20 years. Okay. And that's why the beginner courses, the advanced courses, the option courses, trader psychology courses, and then all the new courses coming out down the road, you guys get access to all of it. Okay. So take advantage of this discount, coupon code TTGBM2020, and get that 30% discount before it's too late. I would hate to see all of you that are here on the live stream that follow my YouTube channel. You're always asking me questions. You want to learn. I'd hate to see 2 weeks from now, you guys want to sign up, the code is inactive. So take advantage of it now while it's still active. And if you sign up tonight, you guys will also get a free one-on-one mentor session with either myself or the Wolf. Okay. So I want to make sure you guys are aware of that. How different is the coursework from resources like Investor? Oh God, it's way different. It's way different, Patrick. Way different than Investopedia. So basically, the courses is the same material that I learned when I worked at the hedge fund. Okay, they put me through a 3-month educational program. That same information is what you get in the courses that are on the website. Okay, it's that same information that I got in their educational program. It's that info. That's what's on the TTG website. It's just simplified, so it's easier to understand. It's video format, text format, so it's much, much different from Investopedia. Let's see. Any other questions? No, we're good. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So yeah, guys. So like I said, take advantage of that, guys. TTG BM 2020. All right. To get that discount. And like I said, if you sign up tonight, you guys will also get a free one-on-one mentor session with myself or the Wolf. Okay. So now let's talk about this Shopify short. This was a good one. Okay. Let's go back to the daily chart. I'm going to walk you guys through my recap. You guys saw a parabolic move. I mean, this is about as parabolic can get. You see no real consolidation on this daily chart. It's just up, 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 up. Okay, there's no consolidation. That's just a parabolic move. So coming into the last couple of days, I've been having my eye on Shopify, just like Jason has. And we've been talking about, man, I like wanting to kind of short this thing. This move is just this massive short squeeze. It's due for a pullback, but I don't want to get short into the front side strength. So they've got to be patient with it. Coming into the day today, we had the gap up. Now, the markets, with the overall market gapping down as big as we did today, I thought maybe today we can see some weakness in Shopify, but we gapped up, which showed me relative strength, which kind of put me on pause in the morning. But what I want to point out to you guys, I'll zoom this in so you can see more clearly, is that yesterday's high, which is also the previous all-time high, was holding support in the morning. And you can see we put in a little bit of a double bottom gap up pattern here on Shopify. Okay. Normally, this would be a bullish setup. It's a double bottom gap up. You see, here comes the trade line, and the trade line starts to act as an area of support. But we put in a double top here at 665 with a heavy rejection at that failed double top. So that established the resistance at 665. What I start to then notice here is, let me draw that back. There's your resistance at 665. What I start to notice here is the formation of an ascending triangle. Look at what happens here as the stock was making higher lows. So here you have a stock making higher lows. Here they are. Okay, very clear. Okay. So now this is an ascending triangle pattern. That is what this pattern is. All right. There's your ascending triangle. Now, ascending triangles can work out in one of two ways. They can either be continuation or reversal patterns. Ascending triangles, if they break above this trend line and they get through that flat top resistance, they can give you follow through to the upside. However, if that level holds and they break below the uptrend line, that could give you a continued pullback. So when I saw this intraday setup, I'm thinking to myself, okay, I've been wanting to get short this Shopify move. I think it's due for a pullback. I've got a setup here intraday that if it triggers, could give me my entry for the short. And surely enough, we got this candle, bang, where we broke down below this ascending trend line, and I entered this position short right there, just over $655. Okay. I'll show you guys my trade announcements on the day. It's kind of, I know the font's kind of small, but you guys can see here at 10:01 a.m. short Shopify at 655.78. Okay, at 655.78. Now, my first profit target on this was the low of the day. But why is it the low of the day? Because as we zoom this out and we look back, remember that's yesterday's high, it's the previous all-time high, and it's this morning's low. So we may encounter some support down there. So I covered 25% of my position right there around 645. Okay. Back to my announcements right here at 10:10. So just 9 minutes after my entry, I covered some at 645, 25% of my position. Now my next take profit target is the prior day's close. That would have us fill the gap from today. So surely enough, okay, we break through the low of the day. We then bounce back. Notice how that low, which was the morning low, once it broke to the downside, it then became resistance on the bounce back. See how it became resistance there? And then the trade was on. At that point, the trade was on. We rolled it over. There's my second take profit target at 630. Back to my trade announcements. You guys can see here, I took more profit and I covered Shopify at 630.50. And now at this point, I'm holding 25% of my position. There's the entry. 25% comes off the table here. 50% comes off the table here. And then this thing just completely fell out of bed. This thing got crushed. And my final take profit right there at 598. Back to my announcements. You guys can see right here at 10:57, 1 hour after my entry. Final take profit at $598.19 for an absolute monster of a short. There's the entry, first take, second take, final take. And this thing was a home run short. And Jason was talking about it. You know, he missed his fill on the put option. But guys, I didn't trade the put option. I shorted the stock itself. And it was an absolute monster slam dunk home run of a trade. Okay. So the ascending triangle that I just showed you on this chart, that's one of the setups that you guys learn in the courses. Okay. The courses break down these setups for you and show you exactly how you want to trade them. Where do you want to enter the stock long? Where do you want to enter it short? When do you go long? When do you go short? Where do you set your stop loss? All of those things are learned throughout all of the courses. Okay. So I want to make sure you guys understand this setup. Does anybody have any questions about the Shopify short? About what I just explained? Does anybody have any questions about this trade specifically? No, everyone's good? All right, good. So nobody has any questions. Yeah, you can do a put option, Ricardo. I just shorted the stock instead of the option. Noble Eagle, I hear you. That's why I was talking about the pattern was so important, because it gave me a technical trade that I can clearly identify my risk. I wasn't shorting into the front side strength of the move, where the stock is moving higher and I'm trying to pick the top. I shorted based on a breakdown of an ascending triangle pattern. By going after the ascending triangle pattern, I can clearly identify my risk. So I'm shorting at 655, okay? Stop loss at 665, the high of the day. So that's why it was so important that I was able to trade off of this pattern and this setup, because that's what I meant earlier when I said it gave me a trigger where I'm saying, okay, here's an ascending triangle. If it triggers to the downside, that could be my entry. So I didn't anticipate that ascending triangle breaking to the downside. I waited for it to break below that trend line. It got below VWAP. It got below the trade line. Okay. And that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to go after this trade short, because that was my trigger on the trade. And that's why it's a very big difference between me shorting into the stock moving higher and then waiting for the stock to crack that level, and this pattern triggers and you have an ascending triangle trigger to the short side. Okay. All right, guys. So does anybody else have any questions about the Shopify trade? Okay. So no other questions about the Shopify trade. Cool. Now let's talk about VXRT. Okay, here we have VXRT. VXRT, guys, was a bit of a TTD triangle pattern. Wasn't the best, wasn't the cleanest, was not an A+ setup, but still was a good setup, good enough for me to pull the trigger on it. We made some money on it. So we broke through the initial morning high. I want to show you guys this tremendous support at the 23.6 Fibonacci level. Look at this support at the 23.6 Fibonacci level. Just incredible how it just held this stock up. We didn't even get down and test VWAP. VWAP's this orange line on my screen. So then I start to notice we have a bit of a descending triangle here to create the TTG triangle pattern as the stock made lower highs. I liked this. I'm saying, wow, I've got tremendous support here at the 23.6 Fibonacci level. You guys can see it right here. And then I've got a trade line VWAP crossover about to happen. So I've got support underneath me. I like this trade for a long, and I went ahead and bought VXRT right there. Take you guys back to my announcements. You can see here I'm long VXRT at 315. Okay, long at 315. We then break up and out of that little pattern. We push up. First take profits, the high of the day. Right there, 25% of my position comes off the table. Back to the announcements. You guys can see here it took some off at 329. I'm right here, 329. Then we extended higher, and I sold the bulk of my position right there at 343, which ended up being 2 cents off the high of the day. The high of the day was 345. Now, why did I know to take the bulk of my position off up there, guys? It's not because I have some crystal ball and I knew the stock was going to then pull back in, okay, off that level. That was a profit target for me on the trade. But why? Well, let's draw a level across. Let's draw a line across that level. Let's go to the daily chart. As we zoom this out, let me clean this chart up. See, as I zoom this out, you see this double top resistance from February and March. That's the resistance level that I was seeing on VXRT, which is why I wanted to get out the bulk of my position in front of this level. You have to identify profit targets on the daily chart, identify support levels, identify resistance levels. This part of trading is crucial. If you wait for these levels to get tested, you get terrible fills. Look at where I got my fill, 343. Why? Because I knew there was resistance at 345, 350. Therefore, I want to take profits before we get there. Remember this, whether your profit target is reached in 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 hours, or 5 days, you act on it. They're profit targets for a reason, guys. This is what I mean by you need to be more robotic. If you gave this trade order to a computer, it would buy the stock, you would set your profit targets, and you would set your stop loss. And the computer's not going to do anything until it reaches the profit targets, it will sell, or it reaches the stop loss, it will sell. If the computer is not going to, the stock's going to get to the profit target and the computer is just not going to react because it doesn't feel like it, or the computer thinks it's going higher, the computer's going to do what it's programmed to do. That's how you need to be in your trading. Stick to your game plans, be robotic. Okay, that's the difference, guys. You have to be more robotic. The Trader Psychology course on the website is specifically designed to help you think more robotically and remove emotions out of the equation. When you do not take profits, when your profit targets are reached, that is because of one thing and one thing only, and it's called greed. You identified that as a profit target, which means you are perfectly happy with taking profit there before you entered the trade. If I said to you guys, you can get long the stock right now at $3.10 and sell it at $3.45, would you do it? You'd be like, hell yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it. So why is it when the stock reaches that level, you don't act? It's greed. Because you're like, oh, it's going higher. Well, no, it's not. The resistance level that you identified actually held. You were right in identifying the resistance level. You were just wrong not to act on it. So that's what I did. I told the bulk of my position up there in front of that level. And then I got flat the last piece of my position on this little pullback. And then you see the stock just ended up pulling back further. Okay. So nice little P&L there on VXRT on the bulk of the position. And just adding to my gains from the Shopify short. Now let's go to WATT. W-A-T-T. This is another setup here where support levels and resistance levels on the daily chart are crucial. Because this thing held so true to its daily chart levels, it's not even funny. Pre-market, we identified 3 levels. 250, $3, and $4. These are the areas we identified pre-market. Why? Well, we said 250 could be support. Why? The 200-day moving average sits right there. It's the purple line on my screen. Then you have this previous pivot high from January 2nd. That's why I thought we can have support at 250. Well, let's go back to the intraday chart. Where's the low of the day? $2.45. We pulled in right off the bell, held 245, and then rocketed higher and actually halted. Okay. We identified $3 as a potential resistance level because of this prior double bottom. Okay. That's why we identified $3 as a level. But as you can see, once 250 held, we blew right through $3 like a hot knife through butter, like it wasn't even there, and we halted, which takes that level and throws it out the window. Okay. But then the stock, after the trading resumed off the trading halt, it ended up pulling back in and I lost interest in it. Okay. At this time, I was in Shopify. I lost interest in WATT. So it got my interest about 30, 45 minutes later because it got back above VWAP and the trade line started to act as an area of support. For those of you that are not familiar with the trade line, it's the 9 exponential moving average. You will learn the trade line, what it means, how to trade it. It is all included in the courses. And a trade line VWAP crossover is one of my favorite breakout triggers. That has its own entire chapter on the trade line VWAP crossover. You guys will learn all of this stuff in the courses. Use that coupon code TTGBM2020. Use that code to get the 30% discount. You only have about a week and a half left to get that discount before we go back up to our regular prices. Okay, so if you guys are ready to take that next step, get the professional education, trade with myself, the Wolf, the rest of the crew, use that coupon code, guys, get that discount. And for those of you that sign up tonight, you have an hour and a half left. For those of you that sign up tonight, we'll get a free one-on-one mentor session with either myself or the Wolf. Okay, then let's get back to the WATT trade. Once we popped our head over VWAP here, we had a little bit of an increase in volume, and this is actually a big short position in Watt as well. But that's when I went ahead and I took a position long Watt right there. Okay, I'm long Watt right there. Back to the announcements. You guys can see here that I am long Watt at right here, guys, right in the middle. Okay, I'm long Watt at $3.28. Then we get the trade line and VWAP crossover, which means the trade line has crossed above VWAP. And then look, that trade line just continues to hold support and pushes the stock right up through to the high of the day. Okay, so as always, 25% of my position comes off the table in front of the high of the day. Back to the announcements, you can see here I took some off at $3.60. Then we popped through the high of the day, and I took the bulk of my position off at $3.93. Why? Why did I take the bulk of my position off at $3.93? Because we already talked about $4 is a level of resistance. Look here, as we look back to the left, you can see for June, July, May, okay, you see the support level at $4. We broke below that in the month of August. We then bounced back in September. Let me delete this $3 level. Okay. And it became resistance. So now the previous support level became resistance. I now know this is a resistance level, and that's why I wanted to get out of the bulk of my position in front of that level. And there's that level. There's the bulk of my position off the table, and you can see that resistance level ended up holding as the stock pulled back away from that level. I ended up getting flat the last piece of my position right there. So again, there's the entry. First take profit, second take profit, where I sold out of the position. And you can see the stock pulled all the way back down to the low of the day. So this is what I mean by it's important for you to stick to your game plan and take profits when your profit targets are met. I do not care if your profit target is met in 5 seconds, 5 minutes, 5 hours, 5 days. You take profit when those targets are met. If you do not take profits when those targets are met, it's because of one thing and one thing only, and that is greed. And I promise you, greed will destroy your trading career before it even got started. So you guys need to learn how to start thinking more robotically. Okay? So that's it, guys. That concludes our live stream here today. I hope you guys learned something about the USO, about oil. I hope you guys learned something about Shopify and the short with Shopify, the ascending triangle. Guys, all of this stuff are things that you are going to learn, okay, in the courses. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show some of you guys what the courses look like for those of you that are interested to see what the courses look like. If you have no intention of joining True Trading Group, now is the time for you to log off. If you have no intention of joining TTG, you do not want the 30% discount, now is the time for you to sign off the live stream. Okay? Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, those people that are interested in joining, that want to see what the courses look like, I'm going to show them what the courses look like. I'm going to show them the member dashboard so that they get more comfortable with what it is that they're going to have access to. All right, guys. So again, TTG BM 2020. TTG BM 2020. Get a 30% discount. If you guys are signing up for the Wolf, use coupon code TTG Wolf. And if you sign up tonight, you will get a free one-on-one mentor session with either the Wolf or myself, whoever you prefer. All right.
Well, they gotta use code. If you want a mentor session with me, you have to put in TTG Wolf.
Right, exactly. If you guys want the Wolf, you use coupon code TTG Wolf. All right. If you guys want me, TTG BM 2020. All right, guys. Okay, cool. All right, so that's it. Everybody else that's still on here is interested in joining TTG. I am going to be super busy with one-on-ones if 338 people are still on ready to join True Trading Group. Oscar, I do sometimes. So Oscar, sometimes I scale into my positions. I'll scale into my positions, Oscar, when I'll scale into my position when there really isn't, Jay. You've got to go through the oil futures contracts, which is /CL. Okay, crude oil futures are /CL. Here, it's this. So what was I saying? Forgot what I was just talking about, guys. I just lost my train of thought. And I remember what I was talking about. All right. Well, anyway, maybe it'll come back to me. I don't know. But yeah, if all of you are still scaling in, that's right. Think potato. Thank you. And that's ironic username for what just happened to me, that your username is Think Potato. So I'll scale into my position sometimes, Oscar, if the stock is really far away from my stop loss area and I want to just take a smaller position because I'm not comfortable with the full size position all the way down to that risk. Or if I think I see something, but I'm just not quite sure yet, I'll enter a tier 1. A tier 1 is just 25% of my desired size. Let's say I wanted to buy 10,000 shares of something. Tier 1 would be 2,500 shares. And that's if I think I see something. Then when I get confirmation that whatever I thought I saw was actually correct, okay, when whatever I thought I saw is actually correct, then that's when I add to a full size position. Okay. Okay, guys. So like I said, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you guys some of the courses. Take advantage of the 30% discount and the free one-on-one with either myself or Jason. Use the coupon code TTGBM2020 to get a 30% discount for and a one-on-one mentor session with me. Use TTG Wolf to get the 30% discount and a one-on-one mentor session with the Wolf. Okay. All right, guys. All right. So now what I'm going to do now, for those of you that are interested, I'm going to show you guys what the courses look like on the website. Okay. So here we are, guys. Here we are. Here is the member dashboard. This is what it will look like when you log in every day to your member dashboard on the website. Okay. As I pan in, I want to just show you guys real quickly. We are actually launching a new trading chat room, okay, that I'm going to be sharing with you guys in the coming days with the new chat platform. But this is the member dashboard. Okay. This is your member dashboard. Now, this is where you will find the watch list. Jason puts this watch list up every day at around 8:45 a.m. Okay, 8:45. You can see here. Here's BXRT. Okay, on our watch list today, made money in that. Here's Watt on our watch list today, made money in that. This is just something that shows you guys what stocks we have our eyes on, what stocks are gapping up, gapping down, what stocks have news. Let you know kind of what's on the watch list. Then I want to show you guys real quick the stock profile section before I show you the courses. The stock profile section is awesome. This is where you guys can go and enter any ticker that you're interested in. Let's say you want to look up Tesla. You type in Tesla. Okay, a free PDF report is downloadable with a full stock profile on the company. And all of this information is here for you guys. Okay, all their SEC filings, all their news, corporate events, an interactive chart. So you guys can just, you don't have to toggle back and forth between 3 different programs when you're doing your due diligence. You can do it all right here. Their financial information, all their financials. And here's my favorite part, the analyst rating. Okay, this is my favorite part. Okay, in the analyst rating section of the stock profile on your dashboard, you can find all of the analyst ratings on a specific stock. We compile this all for you in your dashboard. So you can see if there's 30 different analysts that cover Tesla, you get to see how many of them have buys, how many have holds, how many have sells. Okay, you guys get to see all of that information. Okay, all of that information is all covered in here. So this is a really, really cool little tool that gives you an idea of what the analyst community thinks about a particular stock. So that's that stock profile section. This is included for free, guys, unlimited access with that all-inclusive membership that gets you the 30% discount. Now let's go to some of the courses. I want to show you guys what some of the courses look like. Over here to the left are your courses. You can see here, advanced course, foundation course, which is the beginner course, the options course, trader psychology. These are where all your courses are. So I just clicked on the advanced course. Okay, you guys can see here, here's all the different courses that are inside the advanced bundle. Okay, so I'm just going to click on just one of them. We'll go to the TTG triangle, my favorite chart setup. And the first thing that you'll notice is a video pops up. Every single lesson has a video. So you have an option when you take the courses. You can either watch the video courses or you can go through and read via text. There are both versions available for you. Okay. And then as you see, I scroll down, it shows you all the individual chapters. I'll just click on, let's say I'll just click on chapter 1 just to show you guys. Here's the video, and I can play the video for you.
Okay, now with course 6, we're going to discuss my absolute.
Okay, this is how we. This is the just an example of one
course,
of the videos. Okay, for this specific lesson, and as you go through, you can also do a text version of all of these courses, guys. Okay, you can do a text version of all of these courses. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of blow it. So say it's like here's a text version for you, or you guys can go back and you can watch the full video, which covers the entire course. So like this is one video, this is one lesson, one chapter, one course, and it's a 10-minute long video that covers buying and selling the TTG triangle pattern, which breaks down the setup, how to identify the setup, and then also where to buy it and then when to sell it, where to set your stop loss. So it teaches you guys exactly how to trade these patterns. It's not just look for this pattern when you see it, buy the stock. It's look for this pattern, how to know it's a good pattern, it's a solid setup, and then where do you want to buy the stock in that pattern? Where do you want to sell the stock in that pattern? And then where do you want to set your stop loss in that pattern? So this is just a quick little rundown, guys. I'll take you guys over to, let's go to the options course. You guys can see here, the options course has 13 chapters. Okay, there's 13 chapters in the options course alone. Okay, I can take you guys over to the trader psychology course. There's a part 1 and a part 2 of the trader psychology course. Here's part 2. You guys see here's all the individual lessons on part 2 of the trader psychology course. You can see very, very thorough, very, very detailed, a ton of information, guys. Again, this is all of the same information that I learned when I worked at a hedge fund in New York City. I have taken that education, I've simplified it, and I've created the TTG curriculum. That is what you will be learning when you join the TTG family. And right now, you can do that for a 30% discount and get a free one-on-one mentor session with myself or the Wolf. There has never been a better time. If you guys have been thinking about joining TTG, there's never been a better time for you to do it than right now, nor will there be a better time to do it than right now, because the 30% discount will be no more after about a week and a half. We're going to go back to our regular full price in a week and a half. And if you sign up tonight, 1 hour left, you also get a free one-on-one mentor session. So literally, I know people say, oh, there's never been a better time. Literally, right now is the best time for you to do it because you'll get the 30% and you'll get the one-on-one. And then in 2 weeks' time, it's going to be back at full price. So take advantage now. Okay, again, coupon code TTGBM2020. If you guys want the Wolf, TTG Wolf when you guys go to checkout. Gunnery, yeah, no problem. Gunnery, that's fine if you're busy midday. You can learn all of this information. You can swing trade also if you want. You can take all the courses at your own leisure. You can also trade on your cell phone. Even if you're not in chat, I send out, yes, Queen Bitch. I love your username, Queen Bitch. Are we able to go back and review the lessons? Absolutely. As a member, you have infinite access to the courses. So you can go back and go through those courses as many times as you want. You can go back and watch them as many times as you want. There's also a quiz at the end of every course. Every course has a quiz, okay? If you score an 85 or higher on the quiz, you get a badge for that course. Up here in the top right, you guys see these are the badges. Okay, these are the badges. You earn the badge when you get an 85% or higher on the quiz. If you earn all the badges, you become TTG certified. You can literally print out a certificate, the whole nine. Share. You can get a digital certificate. You can share it on social media. It's cool because it lets people know that you received a professional education, the same education that I received when I worked at a hedge fund, and that you're now being mentored by an award-winning hedge fund trader. That's what happens when you become TTG certified. Thank you. Hugh Barrett says, you're a genius, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that. Nice, Kyle. Kyle says, I got emotional, depressed, scared to death. Then I found TTG. I was afraid to spend the money that I did on the membership, but then boom, I made it back immediately. Kyle has still not had a red day in 2 weeks and 2 days. He's been a member for 2 weeks and 2 days. He has still not had a red day. Yeah, guys, all members get access to the current courses and all future courses. There's no upsells. You guys have access to the courses all the time. So at any time, you can go back and review the courses. I encourage it. I think you should review the courses multiple times. There's nothing wrong with on a rainy day or on a weekend, go back, refresh your memory. Go back through the courses, take the quizzes, stay sharp. You will forever be a student of the market. Sometimes when I get into a little funk, I go back and I watch my own trader psychology course. I literally watch a video of myself talk to myself. It helps. I'm telling you guys, it helps. If I've been doing this for 16 years and I still go back and I review courses, you should be doing the same. So every member gets access to the courses full time. You can go through them as many times as you want. And you immediately get access whenever I come out with a new course. So like I said, I'm working on an advanced options course. When that comes out, every member automatically has access to it. There's no upsell. It's just like Netflix. When Netflix comes out with a new documentary, the Tiger documentary that everyone's going crazy over, you don't have to pay for that to watch that documentary. It's included in your membership. Same thing with TTG. New content, it's included in your membership. And we come out with new content constantly. Constantly. You also have the premium blog, which is updated every single day by moderators and myself. All right.
And I'm just going to add this because I think you always forget this. Guys, the amount of money you end up saving just by not making stupid trades anymore.
Yeah, guys.
Little mistakes. It's insane. I do these one-on-ones. I go through your portfolios. We go through your trades, have your trade sizes, and all I do is make slight adjustments. And I'm like a swing coach for golf. I just adjust your elbow, and then everything is so much easier. And then you know, because I think a lot of times you need to hear it. You're on the right track, but nobody gives you that confirmation.
Yep.
And we just dumb it down for you so you understand. You know, like if I'm going over, okay, you're holding a pot stock or a bunch of pot stocks that are just getting crushed. You know, do you hold on and hope, or do we roll that into something else?
Right.
You know.
Right.
So we're just saving you money.
Yeah, guys. Honestly,
over a year.
Honestly, I mean, he's spot on. Jason's spot on with that because, guys, it's like after how many of you have made stupid trades that lost you a ridiculous amount of money that when you go back, you're like, I never should have done that. Just the money that you will save from not making stupid trades anymore is worth probably 10 times the membership over the course of time. Honestly. So many of you have probably lost so much money making stupid trades, but just not because you're stupid, just because you didn't know any better. You didn't know. You didn't get an education. Nobody taught you the right way. It's not your fault. You just didn't know. So just alone, the money that you're going to save by not making those mistakes anymore is worth it. Never mind the potential to possibly become a consistently profitable trader, which is everyone's dream. And if you guys are serious about becoming a consistently profitable trader, I am dedicated and I will guarantee that I will be there to hold your hand every single step of the way. There's members that are in this chat right now that can attest to this. I answer every single DM throughout the day. I check in on all of our members. I spend extra time on our one-on-one mentor sessions, going through material, making sure traders understand things. They know what they have to fix. I review traders' accounts. Okay. They give me their trader view reports. I break down their trades. I review their trades. We talk about where they went wrong. I find patterns in their trading. Where are their strengths? Where are their weaknesses? I take the time to do all of that stuff. So if you're serious about getting a professional education and you're really looking for a mentor to guide you through this, I guarantee that I will be there every step of the way to hold your hand through that. And members that are in this chat can attest to that. They can attest to that because I've done it with them. I've done it with them. How do we know when we're ready for? Well, XRP Gal, what I recommend is go through some of the courses first and then set up your one-on-one mentor session. That's what I recommend because this way we get the most out of our time together. Because I don't want you, we do our one-on-one, you ask me a bunch of questions and all of those questions are answered for you in the courses. That's a waste of your time. I'd rather you take the courses, then come to me with what you don't understand. That's how we can get the most value out of our time together to make sure that you come out of our one-on-one a better trader. That is my goal. Every single time that I finish a one-on-one, my goal is to make sure you are a better trader after we're done. So that's what I would say. Okay. All right, guys. So that's it. Once again, last time. You have 1 hour left. Sign up tonight. You get a free one-on-one with myself or the Wolf. Use the coupon code TTGBM2020 to get that 30% discount and a one-on-one with myself. Use coupon code TTGWolf to get the discount and get a one-on-one with the Wolf. Okay. Remember, guys, after April, the price is going back to the regular price. The 30% discount was something we were doing for the coronavirus, but as the economy starts to slowly open back up in May, we're getting rid of that 30% discount. We're going back to the regular price. So there's literally never been a better time for you to join TTG than right now and take advantage of the discount and the free one-on-one. The one-on-one is valuable, guys. You get some real quality one-on-one time together with either myself or the Wolf to help you guys out, answer any questions that you have, and make sure that you become a better trader. Okay. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. Yes, Young C, it's only a year membership. Okay. It's only a year membership. The reason why we don't have like a monthly membership is because as soon as you sign up, you get access to the entire curriculum. And I want to make sure you have access to all of the education to make sure you can become a consistently profitable trader. Okay? So that's it, gang. Take advantage of the discount. It's only going to be around for about another week and a half. All right? Yeah, Chad, just message Elena tomorrow in chat, Chad. Queen Bitch, it just renews at the same price. We also do swing trading, Chris. We also do swing trading. Okay, guys? So that's it, gang. Thank you all for joining me on this live stream. I hope you guys learned something. We talked about USO. We talked about Contango. We talked about ETS. We talked about ascending triangles. We talked about TTD triangles. We talked about trade line VWAP crossovers. We talked about a lot of different things here today. I hope you guys learned something. If you have not done so already, smash that like button for me. Show me love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to make sure you guys get notified every time I do one of these live streams and I post up a video. Make sure you guys get notified so you don't miss any of this content because it's invaluable content, okay? And then, of course, take the step, join TTG. I want to see you guys all in chat with me tomorrow as we trade these markets. Volatility is fantastic. There's never been a better time. Take advantage, guys. TTG BM 2020. Get that one-on-one before midnight. And Jason and I will see you guys in chat tomorrow. All right, guys. Jason, if you want to say bye, go ahead.
Yeah, good night, guys. I'm getting pretty excited for sleep and waking up super early for the market.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked too. All right, guys. I'm going to bed. It's 11 o'clock. I'm tired. Thanks for joining me, guys. I will see you all tomorrow in chat. Later.